All right, have here a Savage 110, but it's a custom stock. This is a Boyd's, you can see the thumb hole here, and a custom Shaw barrel, 24-inch, 1 and 10-inch twist, 25-06. So I'm really excited to shoot this thing because I've done some reading into this caliber over the past couple years. It's supposed to be a pretty dang good rifle. I really like the 6.5 Creedmoor. I know some people are going to cringe at that, but from what I understand, this is better than the Creedmoor. Within 1,000 yards or 800 or so, this actually shoots flatter because it shoots a lighter bullet, so it's going faster, and thus it shoots flatter. Now, further out, 1,000 and beyond, I think the 6.5 is going to have a less drop overall due to the heavier bullet, but closer ranges, this is a flatter shooting cartridge. So I have here the Hornady Precision Hunter 110 grain ELDX bullet, and then just the regular American whitetail. I think that was 117 grain. Yep, with the soft point there. So the guy that I got this from, he claims that this will shoot half-inch groups at 100 yards with that ELD there. So I don't know if I'm that good, but I'm certainly going to try. Usually I do a little better at the other range, which we are going to go out to the other range after this. Not in this video, but this is just kind of an introduction and to get it zeroed and sighted in and all that and see what I think. So we can shoot 100 yards here, and actually there's been some construction going on where I can shoot a little further, and actually maybe if I can set up for that today before I run out of time, I'll try to do so. Over 200 yards, I'm told. But I will be taking it out to the other range where it can shoot 500 yards. And I typically shoot a little more accurate out there because just the setup works a little better for me. However, if I can get this thing cleaned off here, got a lead sled, so I guess I can do a group or two from my bag and then try this lead sled out here if I can get it cleaned off and see if that improves the groups any. So I'm going to get it zeroed in. These will be my first shots. I took one shot so far, just here at like 20 yards to see about where it was hitting, so I knew how to make adjustments on the scope. So we are not quite there yet. I just had that one prior shot. By the way, this thing is a tank. It weighs 10 pounds without the scope, and it's all on the front end, and it's 11 pounds with my scope here. So there's basically no recoil with this. It kicks about like a 223 or maybe a 243 at most because it's so heavy, so I guess that's kind of nice. But anyways, it is the factory stock trigger, factory bolt, receiver, and all that. It's just the stock, and the barrel has been upgraded, and this is just a little cheap Tasco, but it serves me well. 6 to 18 by 50. So I'm just going to send a few here at this top right orange circle there to try to get this zeroed. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention that it also has a 20 MOA base on it. So if you don't know what that is, it angles the scope down, so it gives you more range of adjustment for long range with your scope. That way you can shoot real far, which, by the way, I forgot to mention also, this will be the first time I'm going to attempt 1,000 yards because I finally have a rifle that's capable of it. Hopefully it's capable of it. So after the other range where we shoot 500, as long as that goes successful, before the year's over, I'll definitely be taking this out 1,000 yards for the first time on the channel. See how I do at 1,000. So anyways, I'm going to take a few shots here at 25 and get this thing rudimentarily zeroed and reach out there and try to print some groups, hit some steel around with it. Now I'm probably going to start out with just the camera back here with me, but when we go out further, I will put my GoPro downrange so that we can actually better see the impacts on the target. Okay, you're just a few inches high as expected because it's so close. So see if I have any more room for adjustment. All right, let's check it out. All right, so first shot was high to be expected. So I brought it down a bunch of clicks there and pretty much hitting bullseye here. So those were the last two shots. Now, obviously that's going to change further out there, so I'm not quite sure where it's going to hit at 100. It might be high, it might still be low at 100 or whatever, but now we're close enough where we can hit paper so that we can shoot for groups. All right, I got the targets back there now, but I keep forgetting all the way to the back there against the hill, and this thing's blurry. That used to be 100 yards, but I forgot that we used to shoot from up there and they moved this back some. So where my target stand is now, with that orange target you can see there on the paper, my rangefinder here, than that, it's saying it's 114 yards, so we're actually a little past 100 here. So I also set up my steel target, my 16-inch gong next to it off to the right. I'm going to hit, and then you see that little popper sticking up in between them. I'm going to hit that a couple times too after we print these groups. So here I was actually shooting my first 100-yard group, but probably due to that 20 MOA riser, I was actually shooting over the target completely. So I'm not going to waste your guys' time with that. We'll go ahead and skip ahead here. You got to remember, it has that 20 MOA base on there, so it's going to throw it off way more than, just mounting a scope on a rifle, because that has that scope at an angle for long range shooting there. So that's why there's such a huge difference from 25 to 100, because really with these 20 MOA bases, they're designed to be sighted in at several hundred yards, not up close like this. So I got about 10 to 12 more clicks down and it stopped, so I'm out of adjustment. So I'm going to aim at the center of that target and we should be on paper here. All right, that's not so bad. I saw my first two shots. They're real close, but we're off to the right. And I must have got more than 12 clicks out of that, or it wouldn't have brought it down that much. So
making a few adjustments to the left here.
I thought it only held 3. It took 4. Maybe it takes more. I don't know.
Top right target.
Well, it looks like I went too far left, so I gotta bring it back a little. Try that popper down there. That was fun. That was so hot. I don't know if you guys have ever done this before, not even with guns, just anything in general. It was so hot, it felt cold at first. I was like, what the heck? And then it started to burn. I was like, yow! So yeah, that barrel's pretty hot there, which obviously that's going to affect accuracy as well, but it's still shooting pretty good. Well, I got 10 minutes till I get out of here, so I don't have time to mess with that. But like I said, we'll get a better idea of what it can do group-wise anyways once I get out to the next range. But I want to use the last 10 minutes I have here to shoot some of that steel down there. Plus my groups aren't that bad, honestly. I think they look like they're a little over an inch, so we'll check them out when I'm done here more up close. Alright, so I just found out, I guess it holds 4, it would not take 5, so I'm going to hit that popper down there a few times and that gong as well. Heck yeah, I do believe it's a tech driver. I was just slinging him at that gong, and then I didn't have to take very long at all before I got it on that popper and just knocked it right over, which about the size of a prairie dog out there, maybe a little bit bigger around. Like I said earlier, our paper target there is 114 yards, so this prairie dog popper thing here is right about 100. I had no problem hitting that. Pretty quick too. So let's see here. First group, second group. Hey, that's less than an inch, and it was past 100 yards, 114, and that's with me moving around on this and just trying to time the trigger as best I could for when the crosshairs would be dead center. So yeah, I do believe with zero movement, not a scalding hot barrel like it is right now, that it's definitely sub MOA, because I mean, those 3 shots right there are sub MOA, because it's an inch maximum. It looks a little less to me, and I'll go measure it when we get back up there. So with it being 114 yards, that's sub MOA right there, and that could definitely be improved upon. Well, there you go. Center to center, 3/4 of an inch. So edge to edge is still going to be under an inch there, a little bit. And remember, that was not 100 yards, that was 114, sorry, 115, whatever I said. Laser rangefinder confirmed. So definitely sub MOA there. Yes, I know it's only 3 shots, but I mean, typically in precision matches, they only do 3 shots anyways, to my knowledge, or at least some of the matches are. Generally, you know, precision stuff, the accuracy guarantees and whatnot, especially like, you know, companies that guarantee, oh, it'll shoot this at this far with match ammo, those are always 3 shots. So right there's 3 shots, but that was after the barrel was heated up. So honestly, that's being more than fair. So that's probably what it would do, 5-shot group on a cold barrel, or you know, after 1 or 2 shots to get it warmed up. But it is scorching right now, so that's a pretty fair group for 114 yards with a scorching barrel and me moving around too much. So yeah, absolutely no disappointments here. It did exactly what I was told it would do, so that's always good. So like I said, we will be taking it out to the other range here somewhat shortly, a few weeks, maybe a month or 2. And definitely get a bunch of 500-yard hits on it. I can't wait, because I just did a 7.62 by 39 video at 500 yards and had more hits than misses, and it's going to be easy with this thing. So, and then after that, 1,000 yards. So again, if you guys, like I said, it's a little cheap scope, but it does the job, man. It's been on the AR and on this, and it shoots really good, as you can see. So if the bag I use, the description, the targets I use, everything you see me use in this video that I'm able to, there's a link in the description. I want to thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I'll see you on the upcoming videos of this, 500 and 1,000 yards. I'll also see if I can get an even tighter group in the next video. But thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it, and I'll hopefully see you on the next one.